seeing the payouts and seeing what comes in and what you can do with it. I mean, it's just it's amazing.
Hi there, Gareth from Vector Algorithmics. Today we're with James Jones, or better known as Jim. Welcome to our video testimonial. It's a pleasure to have you. I just want to take a second to introduce yourself for everyone, if you don't mind.
Yes, it's James Jones, or like you said, it's Jim, and I've been with Vector for just over a year now. So thank you for having me today.
Great. Yeah, definitely from our side, we've had you for quite a long time. So it's actually a very special testimonial because you've been a client of us for about a whole year now, which gives you a lot of grounds to go over the process together. I know that a lot of clients tend to join. They are not sure about what the future holds, but having someone like yourself who has been through the process for a long enough time can definitely provide some insight for anyone else who's watching. So I guess the best way to start here is to start with your experience from the beginning. I know that you've probably had a couple of ups and downs, but to start from where you started a year ago, if you don't mind walking us through that process and the experience up until about now.
Yes, I have to say, starting out, I was probably a difficult client to begin with. I uh, know Steve very well before I sort of pulled the trigger, so to speak. But he was very patient with me, very easygoing, very great guy to talk with. I'm still friends with him. I even to this day right now. So yeah, so that was sort of one of these people who are somewhat of a skeptic of everything. So I'd like to say that at least he stuck with me. He was very gracious and he answered all the questions and texted me and emailed me. So I found that to be quite refreshing and eye opening from this kind of business in this world might be I thought a little bit different than that. So and I had worked with some other folks vetting them out, and they were not even close to the professionalism that he brought to the table. So that was my first experience. As soon as I joined, which took me, again, a little while to do, and even when I kind of was processing my credit card payments through, we had a little bit of a problem, but he stuck with me. Gee, I would say probably an hour through that process. And as I got going, he even checked in with me, my first week and along the way. So that was amazing, right? So you don't see that kind of customer service anymore in this world or maybe even this sector or in this world. So that right there told me a lot about Vector as a company, and that was just great. So let's start there, at least.
Great. Yeah, definitely. That's great to hear. I'm glad that things worked out from the start and that you had the support. I think that's always good to join something new, especially when you're not exactly. I can't say from your side. I'm not sure if you have experience when it comes to like algo trading, but usually most people it's pretty niche and new for them. So having that support definitely makes a massive difference. I'm glad that you got that initially. And if you don't mind walking us through. I know that you are doing prop firms. You've been using prop firms for about a year. That is one of our products. We do a futures prop firm trading. And, having started from such a long time ago, what were your initial thoughts? And, having used the system now, if you don't mind sharing some insight, because you've got quite a good track record with the prop firms.
Yes, exactly. So, working with prop firms was new to me. I got to be honest with you. I've traded some stocks in the past and up and down with that, but prop firms was really new to me. So I have to say, the folks at Algo and just asking questions and being in the Discord and talking with Mama constantly, it felt like, and just different folks that were helping me through the process just to understand, and going back and watching the videos, I think is very important just to get a foothold and understanding of what goes on. Again, it's not, it's sort of like riding a bike. You fall off the first couple of times, and you keep getting on, you keep getting on. So, I think that was, it was just new to me. And, a year into this now, I have had some ups and downs, but I mean, for the most part, really seeing the payouts and seeing what comes in and what you can do with this and how you can grow, how you can scale. I mean, it's just it's amazing. And again, I keep going back to this, but I will, like I said about Mama and the other folks that helped me through this. It's an amazing group of folks, amazing group of people. I am in the world of sales as well in my other career, and really that human touch has been the thing that has really been successful for me in my career, and I still see it now. Like, I see this with Vector. I think you guys are outstanding, amazing. I'm not being paid to say that, but I honestly, it really, it's still something I keep going back to, because great importance to a customer, right, is to have that personal touch, and you show that time and time again with Algo. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate the kind words. I'm sure the team will also appreciate that. So that's an interesting. You come from a sales background, so you definitely work with people a lot of the time. So that's a very genuine comment, then definitely. And from my side, I think prop firms, they take a bit of time. There is a process behind them. It takes a bit of patience, and it's really great to see someone actually get payouts from the prop firms, because at the end of the day, nothing's guaranteed. So having seen someone get multiple payouts, as I know it to be true, I know the system works. It's really good to see. It's good to see people actually reaping what they sow here. And I don't mind. Well, do you mind actually going through some of the payouts that you've received? I know that Apex can be tricky. Sometimes they can deny payouts and they can give you disputes. But someone from like yourself in your shoes who's actually managed to make it work, if you don't mind walking us through how that's looked, how many payouts you've actually gotten, how many times it's been approved, and what you've actually been able to achieve so far with the prop firms.
Yes, and to say truthfully, it's something, again, that was a learning process for me, and understanding how to get paid and when to get paid and
Hmm.
how to go about it. So it doesn't happen overnight. Again, I will say this time and time again: go back and ask questions, because I think I probably didn't ask enough. But now I see where my payouts are consistent. I really like to say that, for me, I like to get to the fifth payout, so you get to the next level of your $1,000 payouts. So those are the ones that really kind of matter. I mean, even the smaller ones at $500 are important. Now, I have had some denials, right? And that's because of something I've done myself. Certainly not anything that was that Algo did. It was more my own kind of going about it my own way. But I've kind of, redirected my ship over the last year. Really listened to the folks and saying, hey, let the algo run. I call him Buster. I don't know why we do that, but I sort of I gave him a nickname. Let that run, and keep your hands off things, right? And Steve told me that from the very beginning. I probably needed to be reinforced a few times on that. So, but it is great to see the payouts. Like, this is the reason we're here. We're here to make money. We're also here to build some great relationships, and that's really awesome too. But at the end of the day, everything is to sort of make some money, to have to build that up. And I've done very well, I think, over the last year, and I want to continue to do that. And hopefully, moving into my second year, we will see even more. I think my best advice would be, as soon as you hit your 52,006, take your payout and keep moving forward. That's really what you need to do, and build up to that $2,000 payout, because that's really where you start making and seeing the money, when you get the $50,000 algos.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got a great grasp of it so far, definitely. The fact that you're looking forward to the second year already is amazing, if I can say that, because most people forget that this is a long-term investment. And, having been through the first year, now you can actually see the full calendar year, the full cycle. You can see what the power of the prop firms can present, especially with Vector's algo. Usually, prop firms are pretty difficult. So the fact that you've made it work now, you're in a good position. What can I ask you for the next 5 years, 2 years? What are you looking at Vector as? If I can just say, what is your overall goal with Vector, and how do you view Vector in that scenario?
Really, the way I see it, the next, couple of years, 5 years, I see. I'd really like to build on, bringing in a couple other prop firms. Maybe I've talked about maybe building into a 50 scenario, right? Of 50 different ones that I'm in and out and using constantly. So my long-term goal is to build a large portfolio, and to do that again with Algo and the team, and to really see, some great numbers come in. So that's what I want to do. I understand, as you said, this is, past performance is not indicative to future returns. We all know that. And if you're getting into investing of any kind, you have to realize that, right? So, but the past performance has been great. And I see that as long as I keep building and using different firms, I think that money can even double, triple, or quadruple over time.
Wow. Wow, definitely. That's amazing. I think so you're looking to scale your prop firms, right? You're not just stopping here. You're
So
actually looking to keep on going and building up. Okay.
yes.
That's really great to see. And you obviously get the opportunity to do that here, which is a good part. From your side, let's say someone was new to Vector, right? And someone were to be joining for the very first time. They had no idea what algo trading was about. They had no experience with prop firms. What would you give them as a piece of advice from your experience now, having been with us for over a year?
Again, I think the best advice, and it was given to me early on, was to open up your tickets. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Everybody's here to help. From what I see, time and time again. Again, the customer support is just fantastic. Yourself and all the folks I have named, and many that I haven't, are here to see you really succeed and do well. Like, and this is what it's all about. And again, to build a good relationship with folks is really important as well. But the success and the coaching and the videos and the time that they spend with you is it's invaluable. And please don't be afraid to ask questions. That's the way to go. If somebody was starting today, I would say don't be afraid to reach out. Always open those tickets. Always be engaged on Discord, and try to do your best to understand that you won't understand everything, but there's somebody there to pick up the ball and run with you. And the folks at Algo are those people, and it's just wonderful to be part of that.
That's really, yeah, really great to hear that. I like how you focus a lot on the customer support, which is obviously the backbone of everything at the end of the day. It's great to hear those words. Would you say currently the performance, if you compare the performance now to when you joined, have you noticed any difference? Would you say the algos are the same? Have you noticed any improvements? What would you say about currently the way things are going?
Well, we actually just installed the new version of Beef, and to me it's been tremendous the last couple of weeks here with the new version. And I see that the team that works behind the scenes building this, they must do a tremendous job. I mean, day in and day out. And those are the folks that you don't get to talk to probably as much, but they're doing their job. They're working on this. Again, I don't understand the sausage making, but you do see each time that there's an iteration or a version change, just things getting better and better. And I literally take my hat off to the folks working in the back room, writing that code or doing the things that they do. It's just they're doing a tremendous job, and I've been really happy with the version changes. So it's been great.
Yeah, I can say the same for myself. I think there's a hardworking team that you don't see who are just on the back end doing their thing nonstop.
Yep.
I quite like one thing that you mentioned to me a while back. You said something about your payouts you do with Apex that you were giving away payouts or something along those lines. I'm not sure if that's valid to bring up. I just wanted to touch base with that. And I thought it was quite special when you brought that up. Is that something that you currently do with Vector or plan to do as part of it?
Well, I'm engaged as far as my payouts go. What I've been doing with the money for some of it is that yeah, well, 20% of anything I make, I want to donate. So that's really what I'm doing. It's about a little bit of tithing. I have a group of sisters that I'm working with who had a terrible time with their convent. It got black mold in it. So I'm helping them actually to raise over $1 million to build a new convent. So I'm being part of that. As far as I've never worked in the world of asking for donations from folks, but I've worked on that for over a year now, and I'm investing my time and investing time into the sisters to help to build that money up and to help build a new convent for them, because they're kind of cramped up in a little tiny space in a school, and we want to build something really nice for them to have for the next 100 years or longer. So working with these sisters who are consecrated and wonderful people that give to the community and just give themselves in taking the vow of poverty. They're wonderful people, and being able to give back is really what this is all about to me. And I really believe giving away 20% of whatever I make is it's about really doing God's work and helping in a very small way, but helping it just the same.
Wow, I love that. I really like that. I think if Vector can be a vehicle for opportunity like that and support in that endeavor, that's really incredible. So we're definitely quite excited to continue supporting you, as I've mentioned to you on the side before. So it's an absolute honor to have you today. I think you are a great client. I think everything's working nice and smooth. Would you say, as a last question, I've got to always ask this question, but how do you find working the system? Is it complicated, or do you find it to be relatively simple as you get it going? What is your side? What is your take on that?
Wonderful question. Thank you for asking. And again, it's a lot to take in at first, right? But it's like I said, once you get riding that bike, once you fall off a couple of times, you get going, you understand the different sites and how to set it up. And once it's set up, and when you need the help again, the support is there for you. So I think a couple of months in, you're just kind of going. You understand how to do this, and it's just like muscle memory, right? For your brain, and you're doing it time and time again every day, checking in, getting things rolling, listening to the morning reports if you have time, and setting up your day and ready to go. So I think it's very, very easy to use once you get on the bike and you start riding down the road. So I think it's wonderful, and the ease is really, it's there. It really is.
That's amazing. Well, from my side, I think everyone can appreciate where you're coming from. It's really good to see such a long-term client having the success and still be in a really nice space with it. I think we're only just getting started from our side. Definitely, we've got many good years ahead of us. We're looking to improve things, and we're quite excited to have you on board. From the team side, we really appreciate you. It's been an absolute honor to have you on this call and to go through your experience so far. And we will definitely continue to be in touch going forward. So thanks very much, James, for your time today.
Thank you very much.